The city never slept. Cars whispered in the distance. Neon lights flickered like restless thoughts. Somewhere in that endless hum of sound lived Arin, a man whose mind was louder than the streets themselves. He worked as a designer in a glass office that overlooked the chaos. To anyone watching, Arin seemed ordinary, calm, focused, dependable. But inside, his head was a hurricane. Every thought clashed with another. Did I make the right choice? Why am I not happy? What if I fail tomorrow? What if life is meaningless? Each night, he lay in bed staring at the ceiling, scrolling through his phone, chasing quotes about peace and success, watching videos that promised enlightenment. But the more he searched, the more restless he became. Why can't I stop thinking? Why can't I just be still? His friends didn't understand. They said, "You overthink too much," and laughed. But to Arin, the noise inside his head was like a constant storm, every worry, memory, and fear crashing against the walls of his skull. The first whisper. One evening, Arin left his office late. The rain had washed the streets clean, and the smell of wet earth calmed him. On his walk home, he noticed an old bookstore he had never seen before, hidden between two tall buildings. The sign said, "The Silence Within. Books for those who listen." He stepped in. The store was dimly lit, filled with the scent of old paper. Behind the counter sat an old man with silver hair and eyes that looked as if they had seen the beginning of time. "Looking for something?" the old man asked. "I don't know," Arin replied honestly. "Maybe peace." The man smiled faintly. "Then you're looking for what can't be found in words." He reached under the counter and handed Arin a small, weathered book. It had no title, only a symbol, a circle drawn with one stroke, incomplete. "What's this?" Arin asked. "Not a book," the old man said. "A mirror. Read it only when you are tired of listening to yourself." Arin left the shop with the book in his hand, unsure what had just happened. The Book of Silence. That night, curiosity overcame him. He opened the book and found every page blank, completely white. At first he laughed. Is this some kind of joke? But then he noticed something strange. As he stared at the blank page, his thoughts began to echo back at him, louder and clearer than ever before. He could hear his mind, the fear, the craving, the endless self-talk. It was as if the white pages were reflecting the storm within him. The next page contained a single line, written in delicate ink. "You cannot fill a cup that is already full." Arin read it again. He didn't understand, but something inside him stirred. He closed the book. The silence of the night felt heavier. He looked out his window at the dark sky and whispered, "What does it mean to empty the mind?" The encounter days passed. The words haunted him. One weekend, unable to focus on anything, he decided to visit the countryside. He packed lightly and took a bus far beyond the edge of the city, until the towers and noise vanished behind him. The bus dropped him near a remote mountain village. A dirt path led toward a temple built into the rocks. He climbed the steps slowly, heart pounding, not from exertion, but from something deeper, like anticipation. At the temple gate stood a monk in faded orange robes. His head was shaved, his posture straight, his face serene. He was sweeping fallen leaves through the wind kept scattering them again. "Excuse me," Arin said. "Are you the teacher here?" The monk looked up and smiled. "Teacher? No. Just someone who listens." "I'm searching for peace," Arin blurted. "My mind never stops talking. I want to silence it." The monk leaned on his broom and asked, "Why do you wish to silence it?" Arin frowned. "Because it hurts. It makes me tired." The monk nodded slowly. "Then you must not silence it. You must understand it." He motioned for Arin to follow. Inside the temple courtyard, a small fountain gurgled softly. Birds sang in the trees. The monk gestured toward the water. "Look," he said. Arin peered into the fountain. His reflection wavered among ripples. "When the water is disturbed," said the monk, "you cannot see yourself clearly. But when it becomes still, the reflection appears. The mind is the same. You cannot see truth when thought is disturbed. You must let it settle." Arin stared at his reflection. The ripples slowly calmed, and his face grew clear. For the first time in years, he said nothing. He simply looked. Lesson of the Wind. That night, the monk offered him a mat in the meditation hall. "Tomorrow, at dawn," he said, "you will begin to listen." The next morning, as the first light touched the mountains, Arin sat cross-legged. The monk's voice was calm and firm. "Close your eyes. Do not control the mind. Do not chase thought or resist it. Just watch." Arin tried. Within seconds, 1,000 thoughts attacked him. Memories of work, regret, anger, fear. His body tensed. His breathing grew fast. The monk spoke softly. "When the wind blows, do you tell it to stop?" "No," Arin whispered. "Then why tell your thoughts to stop? Let them blow. Watch how they rise and fall. You are not the wind. You are the sky behind it." Arin took a deep breath. Slowly, the noise softened. The wind of thought blew, but somewhere behind it, he sensed a stillness, like a silent watcher observing everything. When the session ended, Arin opened his eyes. The morning sun had risen. The world looked sharper, brighter, as if every leaf carried a secret he had forgotten. The mirror of the mind days turned into weeks. Arin stayed in the temple, helping with chores, meditating, learning to eat in silence. One evening, as he was cleaning the fountain, the monk approached him. "You've learned to sit quietly," the monk said. "But have you learned to listen to the silence itself?" Arin hesitated. "I try, but the silence feels empty." The monk smiled. "That is because you are still listening with your mind, not beyond it." He handed Arin a polished mirror. "Look." Arin looked into it. His reflection stared back. Tired, searching, uncertain. "What do you see?" "Myself." "Do you?" the monk asked. "Or only your thoughts about yourself?" Arin looked deeper. His reflection blurred as tears filled his eyes. For a brief moment he didn't see his face. He saw the masks he wore, the anxious worker, the dutiful son, the man trying to prove his worth. The monk-ass voice echoed, "When you empty the mind of who you think you are, life fills you with who you truly are." That night, Arin sat alone under the stars, the words echoing through him like a heartbeat. Empty your mind. Empty your mind. For the first time, the silence didn't frighten him. It embraced him.